Dear Gwiv, you are live. Dear Gwiv, good people of the world. Independent talk, running a few minutes late. Just gonna make a cup of tea and wash the hands, and I'll come back to you. So I'll play a video. Don't forget, people. If you have any comments, any questions, any things of interest, anything in the videos that you see that you would like discussed, anything in general, pop it in the comments section. It's as easy as pie. So I'll start off with a video. I'll get my tea going, wash my face, come back to you. Start off with a song.
Come on, you young rebels, and listen while I sing. For love of one's land is a terrible thing. It vanishes fear with the speed of a flame, and makes us all part of the patriot game. My name is O'Hanlon, and I've just turned 16. My
Bill of us indeed. Luke, Kelly, what a voice. Again, let me start by saying hello, Dig Wit. I hope you're well. I'm only in, so started off with a video tonight. Have me tea. What else do I do generally? Light a candle. 1 second. Remembering those gone before us and those to come after us. So yeah, usual vibe. I'm gonna go off, wash my face, wash my hands. I'll play another video. If you have any comments, any topics, any questions, anything you want to ask or suggest or discuss in any of the videos or recommend something for me to go off and check in my spare time, don't be shy. Yeah, independent talk every Wednesday. That's really the vibe. So I'll play another video and I'll come back to this. Let me see. Yeah, something different.
No, you went burn, burn, burn. No, you're going burn.
I know, I feel it. I don't.
So, classical is when you're dropped open larynx, right? So we go, oh, oh, oh. Say, hey dude.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, hey dude.
Hey, dude.
So we're not going, hey dude, right? We're going, hey dude. Burn, burn. Yes.
Okay.
Watching it burn.
Watching it burn.
Yeah, keep going with the words.
Burn. The world has no right to my heart. The world has no place in our bed. They don't get to know what I said. I'm burning the memories, burning the letters that might have redeemed you. You forfeit all rights to my heart. You forfeit the place in our bed. You'll sleep in your office instead with only the memories of when you were mine. Have you ever done that? No.
Very nice. Just a little something different that resonated with me. I like to try and sing. I like to do more of it. Less online activity. So that's why I do the weekly live streams. I do the public letters on behalf of the People's Party. That's where I planted my flag for now. Proclamation of the Irish Republic, 1919. Forget about all the bar courts and all that kind of stuff. That's where I've landed, and that's where I am, and that's the message I'm sending out now. So I hope you're enjoying the public letters of you listening. I know there's so much information out there in the world that lots of it goes by, and I'm algorithm to pieces. But those who are meant to see it will see it. Those who want to listen to it will listen to it. And just see it, folks. Just things I've come across on my journey. Information that I've learned over time. And we're all learning every day. And we don't really know much in the grand scheme of things. So, yeah, where I am is I promote that the state must fall. It's causing great suffering on our people for many generations. The poorer people of the land, but those people haven't really been politically engaged for a long time. So we need to try and change that, save the Irish Republic. And that's really it. I'll pop into the comments now. Again, any questions, any comments, any topics, anything you feel like saying, say it in the comments and we'll discuss them. Regular viewer, Siobhan McCartney. Welcome, Siobhan. I hope you're well, wherever you are. Yeah, so hope you enjoy the content. It's something for people to watch, to people to chill out. Bit of music, bit of social current affairs, and my twist on it. That's really it, folks. Yeah, keep going with the videos. Get that off there, Siobhan, forgive me. Let me send out some love to our people. And all people all around. I won't say all around, because I'll probably get given out to by the people who think we live in a flat earth. But out into the mystic we go. And we send the love out today, Wednesday, the 10th of July, never to be repeated, 2024, time rolls by. Video seeds, video diaries. I'll be back next Wednesday with a few videos to play tonight. And again, that's really it. Bridget. Hello, Bridget. How are you? Well done to you, Bridget and Tala. I've seen some of your stuff, None I heard, and a big respect for you. Hey, Dennis, Bridget, when is Gabriel's party being formed? I'd love to give my support to Gabriel. He's an amazing man. That's what I'm trying to do at the moment, Bridget. I ran in the local elections there recently, the council elections, and just done it to see what the universe will throw back at me. Got to see interesting things, counting centres, teams, how local political parties do it. And I believe we need a political entity to encompass all, not even to encompass all, I've landed on the People's Party because it's trying to take the head of the snake off, saying that as it is. And I'd like to be more active, not really be a protester, but more be at the formation or at the start or in a movement of people who understand simply that we Irish are being raped and pillaged for generations, and they have been doing bad things to our people, my own mother-in-law, and other people I know in my lifetime, never mind previous generations, in the living moment. Some terrible things. So we need to correct so many wrongs, right so many wrongs, and that's the message. The likes of yourself, Bridget, hopefully, you come in and you do what you do, and you'll have the likes of me and whoever else is in the People's Party behind you, but you'll be an individual, an independent individual, and with a network around you. That's the dream, hopefully. I believe we need a revolutionary movement, and the People's Party is locked onto the 1919 day one. And from day one, there was subversion and killing and backhand deals, but in 1919, the Dáil was created, the Irish Republic was formed, and we just need to reclaim her in this modern day. There's so much information out there, and a lot of the new political entity parties, they're not really going for the head of the snake. They're trying to create politicians, I suppose, to go into that system, and I'd like to tear it down. So hopefully soon, Bridget, hopefully soon. That's what the videos are for. They're to help Gabriel, help amplify that message, because I've been around the whole nation checking out which movement to get behind, and in fairness, the People's Party, Gabriel has been keeping the paper trail for many, many, many years, and we need one, and I hope we get one. So we'll see how she goes. But yeah, watch the videos, take in what you need to take in from it, have time to reflect and think about it, research what you have to research, do what you have to do, folks. You'll land where you land. I'm not telling you where you must land. You land where your heart and your gut tells you to, and a bit of your brain. There's lots of stuff to it. You have my number, Dennis. If you could let me know if there's any meeting where we could have a one-to-one with Gail. That's the plan. That's the plan. I've been working on it a while. To bring it into the real world. To have, So hopefully soon, Bridget. Hopefully soon. Don't know if I have your number again. You should message me on Telegram if you have it, Bridget, and just drop me your number again, because I got a new phone recently and not many people have my number, and that's the way I like it. Enough shy talk. I want to build something and put effort into that. And that's all I really want to talk about with people outside of my own life. Is a movement, is building something. We all know how bad it is. We all know we need something. So, yeah. Go back to the videos. So good evening to you, Bridget, as well. I tried to get one of your videos last week. You played the 1919 video, and I couldn't get it in here for some reason. Sometimes the videos don't come in. You're welcome, Bridget. You're very welcome. Keep up your good work, and keep it simple. Nation above everything else. I'm going to play a video here. Give me a second so I can feel to play.
So, I need to put my kids down.
13-year-old Dara confronts the Minister of State responsible for special education over the fact that he has no secondary school to go to this September.
Not getting into good places like the politicians' fault. You know, the government just doesn't listen.
He knows what's going on. His teacher contacted me last week to say, I don't mean to add to your upset, but Dara has been crying all day in school about the fact that he doesn't have a secondary school place.
And he's not alone. Frustration was rife among families from Dublin 15 who've been protesting over a lack of school places in their area for children with additional needs.
We've 12 or 13 refusal letters. Some didn't even give us notification that he's been refused.
I never thought I would be doing a protest for this kind of a purpose. This is sheer disgrace. Disgraceful.
Aisling's 5-year-old son Ellis should be starting junior infants in the autumn. Instead, they've had 30 rejection letters and nowhere lined up.
All I want is the opportunity to go and collect my son's first school uniform, to bring him out for that day out, to buy his school bag for school, and to let him visit his new school and make it a big deal in my house. My firstborn child is going to big boy school, but I'm being robbed. I'm being robbed of that opportunity.
Minister of State Hildegard Naughton met the protesters armed with assurances.
So you're confident they will definitely, every child, every family that's here today, every child will have a place this September? They will have a place. It may not be in the school. It may not be in, it may not be in, and this is being completely honest, it may not be in the school that parents might want.
Without knowing where those places will be, these children will have to wait a while longer before they can buy their school uniform. Hannah Murphy, Virgin Media News at Leinster House.
What fucking use is that to you? The school isn't near you. This is a regular thing in this state. All the children of the nation shall be cherished equally. That ain't the case. We are letting our children down as a nation, and that's the truth. I'm sorry if that offends you. You personally are maybe not letting your children down, or children around you, but as a nation, as a people, there's nothing surer. And foreign children that come here for help, that go missing within state care, we let them down too. So we've got a deep problem. But first, we need to realise we must save the Irish Republic without all the nonsense. We must save the Irish Republic. We must, or else we won't. We've got a choice to make, folks. Enough talk. We need to form that movement. My phone doesn't ring very often from people outside of my bubble, so there isn't many people taking the debate or reaching out. That's quite been the case a long time with me in the terms of the activism field, being in many groups and formations of groups and chats and ideas, and get kicked out of them basically in the end. My dad always said, Dennis, if you tell the truth, you won't have too many friends. People like wafflers, don't they? And shy talkers. So we'll change. We go with this one, the short one. A young Irish Colleen singing a lovely song from a chap called Damien Rice. Check it out. It's lovely.
And so it is, just like you said it would be. Life goes easy on me most of the time. And so it is, a shorter story. No love, no glory. No hero in her sky. I can't take my eyes off of you. I can't take my eyes off of you. I can't take my eyes off of you. I can't take my eyes off of you.
Some talent out there. The X Factor and these talent shows, these reality shows over the last 20 years have definitely created lots of talented vocalists, young children, many young children everywhere you go, very, very good vocalists. It's nice to see the talent out there. The one good thing about the social media, depending on your frame of mind at that particular time, or what information you're receiving, or what the algorithm is sending you, whether it be, if you're always into the dark, saddening, annoying stuff, it'll keep sending you that. But if you dip off into the comedy for a little while, it'll start sending you the comedy. And if you dip off into the music for a little while, start sending you the music. And there is some talent out there that is not signed, just young people. Fantastic. So yeah, I'll play another video. I won't always be playing, people talking in my videos. I will, over time, play more songs and stuff like that. So if you like it, good. If you don't, I'm sorry, but that's the flow on this stream. Bit chat, chill out every Wednesday, 2 songs, and an open portal, a transparent open portal for anybody who wants to come into it and get in early on board with the People's Party, I suppose. If you want some information, that's what I'm trying to do there. Yeah, check this one out.
50 million euros has been spent by your department so far in terms of special emergency arrangements. Now, last month alone, 22 children went missing from state care. We know previously of a 14-year-old girl who was abducted by a criminal gang within minutes of being placed with TUSLA, and she was found 1 year later locked in her brothel. I tried to raise these matters with you, but you don't listen. A retired judge, Judge Sims, tried to raise these matters with you, but you deleted his files, citing GDPR. A whistleblower tried to make a protected disclosure in relation to unvetted care workers. TUSLA tried to refuse that, but only the Commissioner has ruled now that they have to accept it. Last week on RTE Radio, TUSLA CEO stated that staff and SEAs were absolutely vetted. Now we know from a case from an article in the Irish Times yesterday that one company was providing falsified vetting documents to TUSLA, and that an internal TUSLA report in July found that staff did not have up-to-date Garda clearance. The name of that company was Ideal Care. I understand that there's a Garda investigation into that matter. My question to you, Minister, is have you ever met with the owner of that company?
Minister. I don't believe that I have, Deputy, but I can...
I have in my hand, Minister, a document which shows that the owner of this company, which was investigated for alleged falsifying of vetting documents and received millions from the state with regards to the unregulated care of vulnerable children, was on the same committee as yourself when you were a councillor in your constituency. Yourself and Paul Reid, who went on to become the CEO of the HSE, both sat on a committee quarter after quarter, the Joint Policing Committee, with this individual. And I would ask you the question, have you ever spoken to him about the provision of care? That's the first thing. The second thing is, why are you underfunding the voluntary and the regulated sectors? And that is at the heart of this situation. They cannot provide the necessary places because they are underfunded, Minister. And the fact is we're pumping astronomical money into dodgy, profit-motivating companies with poorer, unregulated services at a huge economic cost. Will you meet with the voluntary and the regulated sectors to discuss these concerns? And finally, given the amount of times that you've been warned about the dangers of these arrangements, given that your department shredded warning reports from a judge, given that whistleblowers were ignored on this issue and are only being taken seriously now that it's appeared on the front page of a newspaper, is this not a resigning matter for you, Minister?
I met with the community and voluntary providers of residential care in January, and I discussed these issues in detail with them in terms of funding. As I've set out before, I've set out in detail the additional funding that I've been providing to TUSLA so it can enact its residential care strategy, so it can put additional beds into the TUSLA sector, so we can reduce our reliance on special emergency arrangements.
Yeah, Siobhan, I'll put your comment up there. They would make you sick. abuses of power all over the place. Lots of rats jumping ship. But the Irish people need to demand accountability. We haven't had accountability as a people in many a generation, and it's one thing the world badly needs. So I'd like to be part of a movement on Air Island that demands it and gets it. And yeah, let that ripple around the world. Pretty good for a change. Let the Irish lead by example, because if we don't, I don't think anybody will, to be honest with you.
Some want to ask, like, when will there actually be a proper acknowledgement by the government as to actual vaccine injury? My life changed on September 10, 2021. Within 2 hours, I started having an adverse reaction to Pfizer. I've now been bedbound pretty much for 2.5 years. I slip between the cracks. I'm under the care of a neurologist, 2 gastroenterologists, a cardiologist. I fundamentally got long-haul COVID from the vaccine.
Yeah. And they gave me the needle. Within 5 minutes, my head nearly blew off my body. My face went bright red. My vision was impaired. I couldn't hear. My feet went numb. My hands went numb. I had paresthesia all over my body. And from that minute, my hair started falling out. I could hardly walk. For the next 3 years, it's 3 years on the 15th of May this year since I had that Pfizer shot. It has ruined my life.
My question to you is, as a person who is not vaccinated, who did not take a single COVID-19 vaccine, why isn't there a research done 3 years in now comparing the immune systems of those who got the first dose, the second dose, and the third dose, and the aftermath, and the latency periods, in comparison to how the non-vaccinated are faring right now? We have a society that is chronically ill in winter season, and it is not the unvaccinated.
I saw her the morning before she went and got the vaccine, and she said to me, Dad, I'm just so proud of what I'm doing for the community.
Katie followed the latest advice and had the AstraZeneca vaccine. 10 days later, she was unconscious and in ICU.
I had a call from the senior doctor in ICU, and his opening line was, Katie will not survive this.
After 3 days in ICU, the family made the heart-wrenching decision to turn off Katie's life support.
People would, say to us, but how do you know that the vaccine caused her death? And we'd say it's actually on her death certificate.
Particularly vaccination. Yeah, vaccination, I'm sorry.
It's not safe and it's not effective.
We'll stay on that issue, because that's the issue that got me into the online world a few years ago, really. Anybody who's new to this, I would have been employed by the HSE for 22 years up until all this. And then when the madness started, I wasn't playing ball, so that's why I'm doing the public letters. There's lots of information in there for people in regards to AstraZeneca. Again, you can't ram it down people's throat. You can only present the information. But this information is not new. All this information was known, and all these politicians were told. They were all notified by the public at the time. And this is why we're here. We have a systematic attempt at a cover-up and making lots of money. But through the People's Party, Ireland letters, we've connected dots for you. We connected dots with the AstraZeneca and Ursula von der Leyen and Rishi Sunak and the Crown and the World Economic Forum and all the other entities that are, since 2019, playing this game, which we can't allow to continue as a people, because if we do, we'll get as bad as America. We need to nip this in the bud as a people. And I believe there's many good men and women out there, but for some reason, I think the social media and the addiction to phones has a lot to do with it. Conversational, social skills are doesn't seem what they used to be. People don't have the capability, the desire, the drive to get out and meet and talk and converse and formulate and put aside their own personal opinion for a moment to converse with people who think different things. And that's okay. We're all individuals. But do you believe the state must fall? I've been saying this for a long time. That's why we were doing the Stand With Air things at Leinster House there a few months ago. And we were outside Mountjoy for Bridget Scanlon. We were outside Leinster House. We were outside the Mansion House. And this is the message. This is the message. The Irish Republic is under attack. It's that simple. And we've got a sold out government signed up with the World Economic Forum and the EU, and they're all in tandem together. And we must end this with a people's movement. And as Siobhan says there, I seen her comment as I was watching them videos. We need a movement badly. We do indeed. Didn't Gabriel get NPHET closed down? Well, yes. According to Gabriel, he did, yeah. But you'll have to go back again. People, the website is thepeoplespartyireland.com. And all these letters and all the things that Gabriel has been doing and locked away, archiving this for years now. For years. I don't know if Gabriel's watching tonight. I sent him a message earlier to come and check out the live if he wants to. I hope to get him on a live soon, Bridget, and break it down for people a bit more what the People's Party is about. It's about reclaiming the Irish Republic. As simple as that, and kicking out the World Economic Forum and the MI5 and the private security force. You know, all this Dun & Bradstreet. So it's all there for people. And you know, I've seen over the years where people get distracted and go off into spirituality and go off into, you know, clean water and different things, 5G and, you know, injections, and there's so many things, and whether it be the education or the immigration. But yeah, I think that's why I'm pushing this. So we need people-led change, you know. So he said to me that he did, Tony Houlihan and Ronan Glynn. The next letter we're working on at the moment, Bridget, is in regards of Ronan Glynn in 2021 and the Medical Council, and how they covered up for Ronan Glynn at the time, and how the guards, not the guards, but how Gov Ireland placed Drew Harris into the position of Garda for all the oncoming stuff, and him being the PSNI member and a World Economic Forum member. Yeah. And so was Varadkar, and so was when the fellow I was writing to was a chap called Patrick Clavin. He was the anti-corruption commissioner in the Phoenix Park. I was writing to him at the start, and he retired, but he's ex-Criminal Assets Bureau, Harvard trained, WEF, PSNI, not PSNI, that's Clavin. There's so many of them. He retired, and then they put in Roberts, and he's, you know, World Economic Forum as well, and PSNI. And apparently these people can't be guards if they're in these organizations. So yeah, that's why I've been doing the letters, because I've been reading these letters and I've been in contact with Gabriel a long time, and trying to relay messages and get people to talk. And as I said, people struggle with just talking to somebody who has a different opinion, and people start to fracture. So I've been reading the letters and talking to Gabriel for a long time. And when I ran in the local elections, I realised you need a vehicle. You need a vehicle. And there's so many new political entities out there, but none of them are going for the head of the snake. And I believe the People's Party Ireland is. So that's where I'm going. And yeah, I'm waffling a bit, but we'll keep going with the videos. I remember when I met Gabriel a few times. He's he's a nice man. Who is Gabriel? Donald. Gabriel is the man behind the People's Party Ireland. And I know him about 4 or 5 years, but he's been doing this for since before I was even created. And his grandfather. So he's lining it all up for the people, all the political parties in there who sign up to Oireachtas and they voluntarily sign up to Oireachtas and take the election funding and all that stuff. Then the Oireachtas becomes their priority. Once they sign that, you're there to promote the Oireachtas. His claim is the Oireachtas is a crown gang, which he ended in '89. And they've just kept it going, kept the charade going, trying to bring in the MI5 and the WEF. And Prince Charles is on board now as well. Just to, and they've already done it. It's not that they're going to do it. It's already being done. But it is unlawful. And that's the information going out. So, yeah, Gabriel's grandfather was around in 1906. And around the time of the creation of Sinn Féin, Arthur Griffith and all them boys. And Gabriel's story is that in 1920, when the Government of Ireland Act was imposed against the will of the Dáil Éireann, the legitimate Dáil Éireann, remember from day one it was cut down, and that's why we had the few years later of the war and all that stuff. It was to get rid of this. But Gabriel's grandfather started the People's Party back then to contest the Government of Ireland Act. And Gabriel's continued this on. And he has, kept the archive for us, the people. Some people say he's a senile man. Some people say I'm a senile man. But from where I can gather, all the documents line up. All the dates line up. And as I said, he's been doing it while all of us were protesting. Gabriel was the lawman in the background, standing up for proclamation, superior Dáil proclamation rights. That's when I met most of the GPO at the start of all that Wuhan flu. So yeah, since then, I've spoken and read, and that's where we are. So. Yes, exactly. Well, this is a fact. And the last letter, maybe the second last letter I read out, Gabriel said that he had written to Tedros, and he has registered, posted it, put it up publicly. I've read it out, so it's a real, the real correspondence between departments and people. And he wrote to Tedros in regards to the pandemic treaty. And then, he's wrote to London. He's writing to London as we speak, and Vatican governance, and it's real, So I've huge respect for him because he's been locked away for many years doing his work, whilst we were all doing our work. He was playing his part and collecting and correlating all the dates, all the data, all the contracts from the European Medical Agency. Everything is there for this people's movement. As I said, it's a political movement with the archived history, spelling it out. So it's up to us, and that's what I feel. I would like to be in a political movement. A revolutionary movement, not really a protester as such. I've done that, but more into when I leave my world to go outside. I want to be doing good. I don't want to be shy talking. I want to be building a movement. That's really it, you know. There's that's it, really. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. He wrote the proclamation. He was part of writing the proclamation, and that was written in 1906, if I'm correct, and that was Sinn Féin's document, and it was around for a few years, and then in 1916, the rising, the GPO happened, and all the signatories of the proclamation were IRB members, I believe, but they were just rebels at the time. But they proclaimed the Irish Republic on that day. But in 1919, after the lawful 1918 election, the first Dáil ratified the proclamation as superior law above all positive and man-made laws for the Irish. But the council, the Irish Bar Council, and you know, the government don't want people knowing. It's that simple. It's that simple. But we need to take her back. So hopefully we do. In my lifetime, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it. There you go, Bridget. As I said to you, you know, think what you want, say what you will, but I know it's a fact. He's been writing all these letters and archiving them and uploading them and sending them to me and writing them live as it's happening. So the public letters are really, I suppose, public statements from the People's Party of Ireland, which is a political entity. Yeah, so get behind it, Bridget, if you feel the pull. It won't be for everybody, nothing is, but you're a good one. I see the light shining now, yeah, so keep going, and hopefully you and a few others, and even people I've met along the way and people I've fallen out with over time and all, don't feel like, you know, you can't get involved. Life is life. We're all learning, all is forgiven. We're not all right, we're not always wrong. We're somewhere in the middle. So if you've joined one of the newer political parties, of which there is many, and you jump into the People's Party Ireland's public letters, public statements, and go back and read the public letters, and if you feel the same way, it's okay. You can leave what you were thought was your best option a few weeks ago. I see people calling for, we need a nationalist movement to unite. I read a good article today by Stephen Delaney, and I agree to an extent, but we all know that, and not everybody wants to. I believe we need a common understanding first, and we need to have a focus. And the People's Party's focus is saving the Irish Republic and standing under the Irish Proclamation. And if you feel that is where you would like to be, please do so. Please spread the information. Please receive the information. Please spread the information. And hopefully we'll see you down the road. I'll see you down the road. And yeah, we do our very best. Simple as that, folks. Tune. No, funny clip first. Well, it's not really funny. It is funny. It's a clip I seen. It's a Galway commentator on Galway Bay FM. I think Galway beat Dublin there maybe a week ago or so, by a point, I believe. I didn't see it, but it's the commentator doing his commentary just as Galway win the game, and it's full of passion and it's real Irish, and I love it. Check it out.
It's all eyes on the referee. We could be seconds away from the greatest victory in Croke Park in 23 years for Galway. All eyes on Sean Herson. Galway 17 points, Dublin 16. Scan has his head in his hands. The referee looks at his watch. He blows the whistle. Galway have won. It's the greatest day that Galway football has seen in over 2 decades. And every man, woman and child stands to applaud Pádraig Joyce and his gallant Galway men. Sweet Mother of Jesus, They have pulled off the unthinkable. Forget about Taylor Swift. Shake it off in the Aviva and come over here to Croke Park because you're witnessing the West Awake. Galyav Abu!
Isn't that beautiful? I love to see that passion, that raw passion. I'd love to see that raw passion for the Irish Republic. Just that, you know, love for it. Simple, a simple love. Don't have to, you know, scream and shout and declare it. And, you know, we must lose the anger as well and take some pride in how we conduct ourselves. If we want to grow, we must lead by example. We cut out the nonsense. As you will notice when I put the videos up on the online world, I generally don't reply to them, folks. So if you want me, you can come in on a Wednesday and leave a comment or ask a question. I try not to get into the online world. I just drop the letters out as seeds. And there's no People's Party chats or anything like that. It's old school. The videos go out. Watch them and share them if you want to. I won't get around to answering people's messages on the videos all the time. And yeah, again, I forgot what I was saying. Go 2 comments. Let me see. Let me just check images. Bridget, yes, 100%. I post all Gabriel's work on TikTok. Yeah, well, that's what I've been using recently, Bridget, because it's the only one for now that doesn't censor me. Doesn't, you know, YouTube banned me there a long time ago. Twitter, I seem to be locked in. Facebook, the algorithm has me shot to pieces. But TikTok seems to be, it gives you a realistic, for a little while, you see that there is an interest in the stuff you're putting out. And we've been talking into an echo chamber for a few years now and fighting in the echo chamber about, you know, who's dad better, who's that. But yeah, it is interesting to watch. But TikTok seems to be okay for now. BitChute seems to be very good. BitChute, I don't think has ever given me a warning or anything like that. So yeah, you get me on BitChute if you're looking for me. I think I have a few subscribers there, maybe 60. But you get the lives on this YouTube channel. So yeah, just keep sharing it out, Bridget. If you don't come across any videos, you know, through the algorithm, they will be quite regular. I done one yesterday, I done one today. I'm trying to stay on top of them as they come live instead of falling behind. So as I said, they are statements from a political entity. Take them, share them. If you don't see my videos going around, just keep checking the website, the People's Party Ireland.com. All the letters are in there as well. We haven't figured a way of putting the videos onto the website yet, so that when I share the videos out, it brings people to the website. So yeah, it is what it is. Seeds. People before Profit want Sinn Féin to join. Yeah. I've seen that today. Yeah. They're basically with them anyway. Let's be honest. You know, they're basically with them anyways. Yeah, a few crazies on the scene. The crazies need to be put in their place, I suppose. We need some real men and some real women to speak facts and honestly and openly in these situations, you know, when we're going after these people. And we will be going after them, and we are going after them. But instead of, you know, bringing it to the doors like we did 4 years ago, it's after going a little bit further into hopefully going after them as a political entity. Because the other way, it'll just get you arrested or bring negative energy into your mind. I believe. But everybody's on their own journey. Who am I to say? I'm just giving my opinion. Is there going to be a meeting with Gabriel that people can attend? Well, that's what I was saying to you, Bridget. I'm trying to do that at the moment. Going to be meeting soon and having a conversation about that. about bringing it into the public consciousness, creating something. So for now, the letters are just education, just information. And if you like what you hear and you feel you want to get involved, just keep an eye. But I will be in touch with you, because you're the second woman. I had one man last night said that they were interested. So yeah, I'll remember you. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll do my lives on a Wednesday. Anyways, as I said, I hope to get Gabriel in the future. Maybe do more content for the People's Party and do better stuff and break it down for people a little bit. But try and grow it. Try and grow it. Gabriel has been doing amazing work, archiving everything. And to be honest with you, even trying to do a video takes a bit of time with the vocals and putting the photos in and putting the anthem in and editing it. But he's actually physically sitting down to write them and research them and get the documents and cite, cases and times and dates, and he's putting them and doing it in real time, writing them, rough copy and hard writing, typing it, uploading it to the internet, sending it to me. He's been doing it for years. So we have a people's movement with an archive, a treasure trove of honesty and truth there for us, and I want it. So hopefully some other people want it. I'll play a video. I'll play a song.
That's the time I love the band. Blue is the color of the sky in the morning when we ride. In the morning when we ride. That's the time. That's the time. I love the band. see her. Oh, the time I love the best. Yeah, yellow is the colour of my true love's hair in the morning when we rise. In the morning when we rise, that's the time. That's the time I love the best. One more time, everybody. Yellow is the color of my true love's hair in the morning when we rise. In the morning when we rise, that's the time. That's the time I love the best. Oh, that's the time I love the best. Oh, that's the time I love the best.
Listen, you can come to camp at any time. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, Bridget, that's nice to hear. Your friend Darticus Erda on TikTok wants to support Gabriel also. Good, but please change it. It's not about supporting. Well, it is about supporting, but just change it a little bit. Because I was speaking to Gabriel this night. We're trying to save the proclamation of the Irish Republic as superior law in this land. Above all, man-made laws. Above all, you know, from the moment this republic was created, it was attacked, but on day one, they got in the proclamation, which was read in 1916 by rebels. They got it into law. On that day, it changed jurisdiction. On that day, the Dáil Éireann Bar Courts were created. But from the day they were created, they've dissected and taken away from the Irish Republic. And I believe in this modern day, it will be a beautiful thing to reclaim her in this modern world. So yeah, get your mate and yourself, read the information, understand it. It is a lot, I know, but understand it, spread it, and maybe in the future, yourself and your friend might become people, independent people who might run in their local area, and we create a political revolution. But we'll need a big network. So yeah, that's up to you, Bridget, and me, and Darticus, and whoever else. But as I said, Gabriel has been pretty much flying solo for years. I know he has support, and I know there are other people on the wavelength, but he's pretty much documented everything for us while we were all protesting and doing what we had to do to find our way to here. And look at the goalposts change all the time, and we're all learning. But I believe we need to save the Irish Republic, and the state must fall. Talking about a vision for Ireland can have us all thinking more positive and solution focused. Well, that's it. Ellen, thanks for your comment. That's where I'd like to go. As I said, people before profit. I've said this many times. They're very small, but you can see the influence they have in society, because the people who are committed to the people before profit, they go to their meetings. You know, you can call them lefty loons, you can call them what they want, but they are free to do so once they cause no harm, loss, or, you know, the usual stuff. People are free to do what they want, and people decide to get together under the people before profit banner, and they meet and they assemble and they do their thing and they set their targets and they work together. And, you know, we mightn't agree with them, but they do it, and we must learn from other people, even those we don't agree with. So yeah, we need a movement. We need people to, as you say, thinking more positive and solution focused. 100%. We need to have assemblies where we meet and converse and don't really talk about anything else but our nation, solutions for our nation, what we can do better to grow the movement, to portray the message as simply as possible. And that's it. But we do need to meet, and it's very hard to find people who will meet. But again, all them protests I've been to, even some that I announced and organised myself, was never really for any movement. It wasn't really collecting people for a movement, you know. So I'd like to do something with the People's Party and start doing our own thing. But from doing things, we're recruiting people from all different parties as well. People are welcome to, you know, change their mind and change their way of working if they want to. I have many times, and I want to work in a transparent way. So that's why I am discussing these things in an open and transparent portal every Wednesday. It is what it is, and it all leads into the same thing. It's open, it's honest, it's not all knowing, but it's trying to simplify it. The Dáil Proclamation is the superior law of our land. The Irish Bar Council don't want us knowing that. You know, it's superior law above everything else. So that's the message. I'll play another video. Let me see. I'm gonna play this one. I think it's 10 minutes. I'll play a bit of it and we'll see how we go. Don't know, I'll play the 10 minutes. We'll see. Respect to these people.
We sent this by registered letter earlier on this morning, so they're going to get it anyway, but we just wanted to hand it in. If you can leave it in the mailbox, I would really appreciate that. That's all we can do. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Alright guys, so the letter's gone in. We sent it by registered post this morning. It was a longer version of that. We had a lot more included about some revelations that are out there about the vaccine, and we were pointing them to where we get our sources from. So a little bit more than what Adele read out. So look, it's gone in. The registered letter has been sent today. So we will be going to some other news stations quite soon. Just going to take a little week off and rest up a little bit, and we'll be back on the streets. We're going to carry on with the excess deaths and the correlation between the COVID vaccine. We're going to stay on that subject for the whole summer. We're not going to move from it. We know that they're planning to come with more vaccines. They're buttering the people up for a fake avian flu virus now as well. So, you know, we just keep going on. I would just say to everyone, don't get disheartened because we only got a few dozen people. I said to Katrina coming down, the best we're going to get today is 40 or 50 people, and that's what we got. So it's absolutely what we expect every time we go out. We don't expect huge numbers because of what we're saying and because of the work that we're doing. So it doesn't mean that our work is not valid. It doesn't mean that it's not working. We have handed out now, we're literally just a little bit over 800,000 leaflets. That's what Wake Up Éire have distributed around the country. Even if the success rate with a leaflet is 3%, we've helped an awful lot of people. So our work is going to continue in the trench, in the front line, meeting with the Irish people, having those awkward conversations. We're not about producing content and then sticking it in an echo chamber, and it never gets out of the echo chamber. It never gets to the people that need to see it. We know that the work we do on the street can be a little bit confrontational because we're meeting people that don't want their worldview challenged. So we are doing the real soldiers' work with Wake Up Éire. That's the work that we're doing, and it's not pretty and it's messy, and everybody's draining their own resources, and we've been at it for so long now that we are all fatigued and we are all suffering now as well. But we are all 100% committed to providing information to the Irish people. We're very comfortable to go out with information that we can back up, and that's key to what we do. That we have to be handing out information with source on it, that we can say to people, these are horrible things that we're saying, and this is where we got the information from. I would hope, and it is happening because the media are losing the room. Everybody's starting to see through the Empire of Lies. The Empire of Lies is hundreds of years old. The media is an enormous structure, but they are losing the room. The lies they're telling are just too big now. So, you know, we are winning it. What's not happening in the Irish public is we're meeting so many people now who they know COVID was not what the government said it was, what all world governments said it was. They know that the vaccine wasn't what they said it was. They know because they've seen it. But we're in a situation now, it's very strange, where people know that a huge wrong has been done, but they can't seem to get in touch with the moral outrage that should come with to oppose that wrong. So I would just say to everyone is to be patient, that it is happening, that we're asking people to challenge their worldview. We're asking people to shatter their worldview. We're asking people to come to terms with the fact that a plan was hatched to put a substance that was known not to be safe into billions of people. Yeah. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. It's so easy to dismiss what we're saying as conspiracy or we're all fruitcakes. But what people don't do, and I've had this myself, when I provide people with the information, they just can't come to terms with the evilness of it, the ugliness of it, the hugeness of it. But I can tell you, because Wake Up Éire are the best group in the country for knowing what's actually happening in the trench and what's happening in the cold face, the people are waking up. So I would just say to everyone is to keep doing what we're doing, stay committed, keep operating from the heart. Never ever worry about how your words are coming across. Always speak from the heart. The world needs people that are just speaking from the heart. The world does not need polished speakers. The world does not need ex-RTE presenters leading the way here. We need to step up. The normal, everyday people are the solution here. Yep. I firmly believe this. The people that took the vaccine are the solution to all of this problem. For the blatant evidence that you need for that is the vast majority of the people took the vaccine. So they are the solution. We are still a minority. So when the people that took the vaccine reach the appropriate level of outrage, and it's coming, we're going to see something completely different here.
Can I say something?
Yes, you can.
If I was the media, I'd be looking at that and I'd have the programmes ready to go talking about how bad the vaccines were.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yes, absolutely.
You don't give them an inch.
Absolutely.
That's what I do.
Absolutely. The media are already
starting.
They're already starting to drip out loads of little truths, right? It's just not coming in huge, right? But they're starting to drip out little bits of truth, right? Because they know. I would say that a lot of the people that pushed this probably believed it. Now, that doesn't abscond them from responsibility of when you find out that you took part in a lie and people are dying from that lie. You can't double down. So I would say that quite a lot of the media actually at the beginning of all of this actually believed that we were facing some deadly virus. But the evidence that's out there now clearly states the opposite, and the evidence that's there now that the vaccine is not safe, the only conclusion you can come to now is that this vaccine is being offered to people with the full knowledge that one of the side effects is death. The full knowledge. It's all out there now. So they're still telling people to take something that is now publicly known is killing people. This is outrageous. This is an evil that's it's just outrageous. Now the only reason why it's not all over the country is because of the media. The media are still controlling it. The media are still controlling how the information comes out. But the dam is breaking. The dam is going to break. It might take a few more years, but it's going to break. So I would just say, everyone out there that's vaccine injured and everyone that's lost a loved one from the vaccine, we're sorry that this isn't happening quicker for you, but you can see that we're up against. You can see how I'm delighted everyone that came today, but it is very few people for such an important topic. There should be thousands of us here. This is people dying. So I would just say you can see how difficult it is for us. But please rest assured that Wake Up Éire and the people from Wake Up Éire are giving this their all. They're giving it their all. Every minute of every waking day is going in to making content, to putting stuff on our website, to making stickers, to to emailing vaccine injured people. Our days are full. So just please rest assured, we're very small and we're very fringe, but the work that we're doing is making a huge impact. So just bear with us, stay with us, come out and join us on our little leaflet drops. Yes, I would just say as well, we need people to get involved with us. What's happening here with Wake Up Area is that only a couple of people are getting left with the bulk of the actual work it takes to get this stuff out into the public domain. So if there's anybody out there who wants to get involved with designing a new website or creating some flyers, I would love to meet people who could make flyers, give them to us, and we could take that part of the work away from us. The flyers for us are very, very exhausting. I personally have dyslexia. Flyers are hard work for me. It's taken me days and days to get them right. So if there's anybody out there who can give us a hand, we would really, really appreciate it. And please come out and join us on the information drops. We go to busy road junctions where there's thousands of cars. We only need 6 to 10 to 12 people to be able to get out 3,000 or 4,000 leaflets in a few hours. So if you see a poster, come out and join us. It's great crack. You always, even today, we're all going to go home today as though we have done something really, really good. This is the real realm. They don't want us in the real realm. They want us on this. They want us giving out on this. This is what has the world fucked right now. This is why we can't beat them, because hundreds of thousands of people are spending hours and hours a day on this, saying exactly what they know about what's going on. They're saying that we're not going to go along with it. I'm never going to go along with that. And they never leave their house. They never leave their house. So people are exhausting themselves out, telling the globalists who are monitoring all of this exactly what you know, and you're also telling the globalists that you're actually no threat. You're not a threat. You're telling them what you know. You won't come into the public. You won't put yourself in front of the people that have to know. So you're no threat. It doesn't matter if you get 100,000 views. It doesn't matter if no one out here is seeing it. It's only in an echo chamber, and the people that seen it already know it. And nobody is taking this information to come out into the public and meet the people. So even the people who are opposing this are trapped.
That was an interesting clip. I have to say, a lot of respect for Barry and Trina and Edel, the Wake Up Area crew and the rest of the people there. Fair play to them. They've done very well. You see what people can do when they concentrate, and they're just a small crew, as Barry was saying. They've handed out hundreds and thousands of leaflets. Fair play, respect. We need people to do all types of things, all different things, and hopefully down the road we all become part of the same arrowhead. You know, we don't have to be mates, but we must respect each other. Especially if you believe that the state must fall. It's that simple. The rest is all just opinion and ego and, you know, people thinking they're right all the time. So yeah, Barry and the crew, Wake Up Area, good crew, doing their thing. I thought I'd give them a spin, and yeah, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. Respect to them. I'll stick on another video. Don't forget, if you have any comments, any questions, any topics, anything at all, this is a transparent portal, and I'm doing the People's Party letters now, and I wanted to be doing something that is transparent, but an entity, a political entity or a community. I wanted to be part of a vehicle. So a transparent one. So come along on a Wednesday. I'll fill you up, fill you in with what I know over the last week. If you have any questions, pop them in here. Play a few videos, and it's a chance for people to come in and relax and chill out and ask any question you want, if you want to. Once it's not an asshole question, you know yourself, a bit of respect. But questions are welcome. Topics, anything like that. Change it a little bit. This is an interesting one.
So, for example, for years we've had this Tommy Robinson in this country, and he's done nothing for the past 20 years other than create a division. You know, there was a division there, but then within society you've got plants that governments are in touch with, and they'll plant them to make that division more wider. So I've been watching that little. He's targeted me in the past when he was over English and that. He's come on to me, but I've always not liked him because of what he's saying about the Muslim fraternity, and I've always had friends who are Muslims, so I've always disliked what the fuck he's been saying. And his agenda is Muslim, Muslim, and it always has been. So all of a sudden, I'm watching the telly or something, or social media, and he's popping up, sitting with Muslim brothers, and I'm thinking, wow.
But do you know something?
And then he's going on, and he's going, oh yeah, I respect Muslims. She's the only one who's just. And I'm looking at him thinking, you slimy little piece of shit.
He uses that because he's trying to get a reaction out of the white English people.
Well, you got to realise what you're dealing with. You know, you're dealing with. He's educated now, right? Because later on he's got himself educated. But what you're dealing with, basically, is a fucked up cokehead. And honest to God, bro.
Obviously, we know the rumours, yeah.
It's not rumours, mate. Yeah. He's admitted it himself. He's a fuck up. And you know what cokeheads are like.
That's true, they talk
You've got
shit.
a cokehead, he's just going to chat shit, and when they get possessive over something, they get possessive over something.
You know what?
That's what cokeheads do.
That is...
And that's what you do. So when you see him on camera and he's going... he's charged up out of his head. He wouldn't be able to speak properly if he weren't charged. Do you understand?
A lot of cokeheads are delusional as well, you know.
Listen, he's just a fuck up with a hatred for Islam. That's what he is, bottom line. So when I see him sitting there all of a sudden, cozying up, rubbing shoulders with other Muslim brothers, saying, oh, he respects Muslims now because they're standing up about the schools. And then I was sitting there and I was just thinking to myself, you slimy fucking rat. And I also thought to myself, watching a few months, and then all of a sudden, Israel and fucking Palestine kicks in. And what's he doing?
Look what he's done, yeah.
Straight back to the way he was 18 months before. So for a full year, he's been working on Muslims, trying to get in the good books. We're better if we're together. We're stronger if we're together. All that bullshit. The first opportunity he gets to support Israel, he's on it in a flash. And he's been getting funded. He's been getting funded by Israel for well over a decade, and it's known, it's fact.
Yeah, no. Apparently he's took millions and disappeared. Like the money, where's the money? You know, in funding and stuff like that.
He's a cokehead, mate.
He's snorted it all.
That's what you got to put it down to.
The flake.
He's a junkie.
The flake from Liverpool.
Wherever the fuck it's from. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is, you know what a cokehead's like,
is, yeah,
and
right.
You know the way they
I
behave.
never thought about it like that, you know.
You know the way they behave, you know the way they conduct themselves, you know how slimy and how they talk about people. And that's what you're looking at with Tommy Robinson. Just a fucked up cokehead.
You know, the other day, I was in a Cheetham Hill.
Yeah.
You know, Muslim area, whatever you want to call it, Muslim area, you know how they say it.
Well, South Manchester, isn't it?
Yeah, South Manchester. So I was it's very late. It must have been about 1 o'clock. I was in a takeaway. 4 white guys came in. They've had a few drinks, but they were very conducted themselves. You know, they're having a good night out. What they're doing, that's their thing. They sat down, had their meal. They're having a laugh and a joke, and they just felt very comfortable. And Cheetham Hill is known, so-called no-go zone.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be rude, but I wanted to pull up my camera and ask them, like how do you feel? Like, you know, because he didn't look intimidated. They just feel like they're having a good laugh. They ate their food and went. But I'm the person, I won't invade your privacy. But I said, I would really like to talk to them, because I'm hearing no-go zones. And I want to know where these no-go zones are so I could go have a look. You said there's a no-go zone?
I said the only reason why these are no-go zones is because the people saying it's a no-go zone because they've got an issue with Islam. That's it.
That's it, yeah.
I've been in Birmingham for 3 years, not one issue.
And you go everywhere.
And I've lived in 6 different places in Birmingham. Solihull. Everywhere I've lived, the more dominated the Islamic part of Birmingham, the more dominated black part of Birmingham. Because that's what it's like, innit? Like you got Perry Bar and Aston. That's like black and Asian.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
You've been around all over.
And then you go to Spark Hill. That's just Asian.
So what I think with someone like you, man, I think someone you're definitely like a good, like, you know, you're very balanced.
That's
Just
what
know
life.
I mean?
That's what life's about.
Yeah, I think like you could be someone, like, could be a kind of a voice, you know, there for unity.
That's what I've been trying
You
to
understand
do.
what I mean? Because that's really
Univision, I called it when I
Is it?
started speaking about it
What's
2
it
years ago. Univision.
I think like you're a good voice for that, you know.
See, Univision is the powers that be can't harm the vision we have.
Mm.
That's what I was meaning by Univision. So Cam was a Muslim brother, and I was mixing with him, and me and him started Univision.
Okay.
That was the incentive, uniting the brothers and Christians
together
for one cause, because we've all got a common cause.
100%.
Brothers of all faiths, we've all got a common cause. If we just put our focus onto that common cause, which is the government, would be a well powerful and more stronger force than what we are.
Yeah. But I think some of these people like Tommy and that, they're paid
to keep that division,
to keep that division,
to keep
yeah.
that.
Exactly, yeah.
Because you've got people that follow Tommy Robinson that have never spoke to a Muslim brother.
100%.
And the minute they speak to a Muslim brother, they might form a different idea about that Muslim.
Mm.
But they're that fucked up off his ideology that he's portraying them. They don't even want to speak to a Muslim.
Exactly.
That's how deep it is with them.
The seed of hatred has been planted.
Yeah, and it's been watered for years to the point now where they don't even want to look at you.
Guys, today's podcast is in partnership with Stone & Co Solicitors, experts in serious and complex criminal matters. If you have a criminal matter that you need help with, or you've been arrested and want the best representation, contact the number below or drop them an email. All the information.
Never mind that. Oh, wait, hang on a second. I'm playing another video.
It was a kind of a mini renaissance in the period of the 60s to the 80s. It had been a sort of a cultural growth, a change, a very positive time in the West in general, I think. There was tremendous growths in things like music and art and filmmaking, and the arts flourished.
I mean, Ireland is full of opportunity. It's a blessed paradise. Not every country has this possibility. We are wealthy because we have water. We are a biological gem. We have clean air. These are the resources of the future.
For me, it only became unbearably impossible in 2020. It just became so clear that this was completely bogus. They just went too far. This is like misleading people to such an extent that is now actually, for a lot of people, has proved fatal. People have died because of it. It's not a small thing.
COVID really was a compliance test, and to see how much they could get away with stuff when people don't engage their own brains. So now I think they're just going, we can say anything, we can do anything, and they're just going to go along with it because these guys are fast asleep. It's part of the demoralization program as well, to say, we don't care that you even notice. Okay, we're not actually dealing with people who are like us. In fact, they'd actually get some kicks out of watching you squirm, out of watching you in trouble.
These people have lived in this country for generations and generations, and their parents, their grandparents, their great-grandparents, they had nothing. I saw it. And they worked themselves into the fucking grave, believing that they were leaving something of value for their children, for their grandchildren, and that is the Irish inheritance. And to point that out has become almost radical, and it shouldn't be. It's common sense. These people who were left a beautiful country, a safe country, now feel that that's in danger because of government policy, or should I say because of EU policy, because at this stage, Irish government are not running this country.
I have a problem with transgenderism to the extent of it being considered associated with me. So LGBT. No, hold on, we'll just take the T and put that to one side. To be a woman isn't just about your hairstyle and how you change your face and getting fake breasts and makeup and wearing a dress. That's not being a woman. Being a woman is a holistic thing, in exactly the same way that being a man is a holistic thing.
There's a lot of people in this country who have a spirit that's beyond manipulation. It's beyond the ability for these forces to control. The cancel culture, it's a sickness and it's taking the funniness out. It needs to be cleansed, that cancer. I'm offended, stop looking at comedy. Stop looking at comedy, you're going to be offended. If it's funny, you're going to start crying again. If you want to have a non-offensive comedy club, have it, but don't try and take other people's ability to connect, to laugh, to play.
We've been
told that men are protectors. But in order to protect something, you have to first care about it. If you're just there to protect, well then your testosterone, it boosts up, and then you've no place for oxytocin and for bonding.
When we are in survival, we aren't reflecting. When we are kept in fear, part of our brain isn't functioning properly. When we are having to exert so much of ourselves to make an income, to survive, to whatever it is, we're not getting the chance to think deeply. Trauma goes way past our systems and into our ancestry now as well.
They're now changing neighborhoods deliberately, and they're using immigrants as pawns, and they don't care what happens. They're following the orders given to them by their leaders. Whatever is done to the working class, you can be sure that's the agenda, because they hit them first.
Immigration policy of all things requires sensitivity, and that's why the brutishness of it is so abhorrent. We need to be able to question that brutishness without being called racists. That's our way forward, that cultural folk soul that will be trampled. Get out of the feckin' black and white. I'm pro-immigration, I'm anti-immigration. I'm pro-abortion, I'm anti-abortion. Let's get some nuance here, people, like, a bit of subtle thinking.
How could you fail this test for the doctors? Why did you not give informed consent? The very basics. And why ignore now these excess deaths? So I would say all trust, for me at least, is gone, broken.
This is criminality of a kind that is so pronounced and so real that it's just about the worst thing that ever happened in lots of ways. There's serious consequences from this. We have a gargantuan task to keep going, but that's all we need to do. We don't need to have a plan, because you can't plan this. We had no way of knowing how this was going to go. We have to stay the course, always go back. Don't think the battle is over. Don't think your trial is ended. Your trial is never ended.
Interesting. Yeah. I think the common goal will be saving the Irish Republic and the Dáil Proclamation. I think that's good enough to pull people together. It should be. If you remember the Strokestown, the Falsk Roscommon 3, wasn't it? I think in the end, 3 boys got locked up. Remember, they took the house. When it turns out, documents were all forged documents.
With the indulgence of the Count Cole, he might allow me, and he might not, but I'm going to raise it because it was the eviction of the McGann family in Roscommon. And I know now, I have documents in my possession, well verified, that there was no court order by KBC Bank. They hadn't a proper legal court order. And the same gang that went in the Brigham Gather station and carried out an eviction, a gang from the north, on behalf of KBC Bank, acted outside the law. And there was a forged document that they had, and indeed, the former Master of the High Court has done extensive work on this with our group here in relation to land registry and documents not being proper for repossessions. When are we going to tidy up that act? When are we going to insist that the former Taoiseach Varadkar here and Minister Flanagan and Minister Dunham have misled the people about this, what happened to those that family? And there are 3 men in jail now, 7 huge sentences, and they've been in a grievous wrong. We give years here trying to correct the Birmingham 6 and the Guildford 4 and God knows whatever else in other jurisdictions, and we saw what happened there. But this is grievous wrong if the court order wasn't a valid court order. There's a forged document, I'm led to believe, and that's not good enough. If banks, KBC Bank in particular, they're gone now, but they had I had a lot of Deputy Hilly Rain, Deputy Collins and Deputy Nolan. We went into the bank one time in defence of people and families who had no one to support them. There has to be legal documents, and the court service must be reformed, that we must ensure that every letter, every comma, every syllable in those documents are proofread and are effective. When our Gardaí are being used and when other agents, what do you call them, security agents, with no registration. We've met the office in Thurles and Tipperary Town that are in charge of this. It's not happening, and this is an appalling injustice that's happened, where 3 men are serving a sentence, 15-year sentence, for something that, in the paperwork I have here, is grossly and completely wrong and false, and that must be rectified by our court system. So where are we going to get legislation that's going to, and hundreds of families out there have lost businesses, many lives lost, and have suffered and are still suffering, and the paperwork isn't right, and the land registry is completely and utterly failed this year, and the system is not up to date, and documents are being used when they're not correct in the land registry, and in this case a document is used which was a forced High Court summons, and that's a really serious matter. Thank you.
Mad stuff happening. Mad stuff. Check out this young girl. First time she's ever sang and played the violin at the same time, apparently. It's quite good.
Sad are the homes round Gallio since they lost their joy and pride, and the banshee cry links every vale along the Shannon side. The city of the ancient walls unbroken, treaty stone, undying fame surrounds your name, shone south from Garryo.
Very good, isn't she? So yeah, I was speaking earlier about the People's Party Ireland. So this is the most recent letter it's put out today. I think it's from the 7th of July, or the 4th or 7th, but it's the most recent one. As I was saying, there's one to come over the next few days about Ronan Glynn and the Medical Council and all that stuff. But this is the most recent one. Since I've made the effort to make it, I may as well give it a spin. 7 minutes long. I'll make a cup of tea. See you in a minute.
Public letter from the People's Party Ireland, the 7th of July 2024, Part 1. A nation once again. Dear public, Saturday the 6th of July 2024 was a great day for the Irish, with the holding of Skerry's 100 sprint, at which I enjoyed watching the young men of Ireland racing their motorbikes, showing great determination and skill. This event was organised by Lough Shinny Motorcycle Supporters Club and brought together local people, farmers and local small businesses. Fingal Council and local police worked for, not against local people. In view of the World Economic Forum takeover of the Dáil, Garda, Church, etc., the attack upon being Irish in our own country, being told the Irish are stupid and need the World Economic Forum, local Skerry's people showed we only need ourselves, not the World Economic Forum. The brave young men that rode these bikes showed us that the Irish still can, if given a fair chance, produce as good a result as any other country, having achieved great speeds, showed great skill. These young men showed how to keep a cool head and work as if one. They rode the track over 4 times. Even when an accident occurred, they rose to the challenge and made even greater speeds and placed trust in doing it right. They could have settled for taking the safe option to not try for the fastest speed, yet they chose to be men and give it their best. It is when men stand as individuals to do what is right, not what is easiest, that Ireland is safe. Riders, support teams, local businesses, all worked as a team to give the best, not to become rich. Community spirit won the day. That is the new Ireland we need. To return to being Irish, not a colony of slaves with no individual opinions. The new Ireland being prepared is one where the rule of law returns. The large non-Irish companies and Irish will be broken up into small companies where Irish, not global tyrants, will call the tune. As our first Dáil proclamation showed, we got it right in 1919. Small, independent, individual self-determination guaranteed rights removed by the Irish Bar Council must return. We are individuals, not slaves. The English destroy themselves because they have no individual self-determination, Dáil proclamation. But the Irish have said proclamation that the Irish Bar want you to forget. Insist on Dáil proclamation superior law. Say no to World Economic Forum company Gov Ireland. A handful of greedy Irish Bar put in charge MI5 Drew Harris to take back the 32 county Dáil, which the Queen returned from her Oireachtas in 1989, so that they can treat you once again as slaves. As my grandfather set up the first Dáil in 1919, the plan was to be ourselves alone, not part of Crown slavery. Return to small banks, shops, hospitals, etc. Say no to World Economic Forum Crown King Charles. It is the job of local churches to provide local halls for our people to meet, plan local TDs, sporting events, and business and local issues. Local people must support themselves, not World Economic Forum Gov Ireland company. You cannot expect to be in charge if non-locals finance and run your areas from London and the EU. It is for you to fund your own area, not the World Economic Forum. Only locals know what is best for the local area. Soon, you will lose forever the chance to be the one in charge, as Irish Bar Council companies have already signed away your rights. Yours sincerely, Gabriel Martin, the People's Party Ireland.
Yeah, right, I've got to be pretty evidence, okay? You offered to buy her a phone, do you remember that too? Yeah? You wanted to buy her revealing dresses? A 14-year-old child revealing dresses that her body is not even fully developed? A 14-year-old girl, 30 years of a difference between you and this child? 30 years to the child? What part of that did you not fucking get?
I get it, I was sort of done it.
Where did you do it then?
I don't know.
You're the one that's fucking sitting with your phone, grooming a fucking child. Why? You must have a reason why you done it. Go, tell me like the rest of the fucking pedos I stand in front of. Go, tell me what, go. Spell it out. What they all used to usually fucking say. I was bored. Nothing to do, something like that. You want to say something like that? Well, shut your fucking mouth and listen to me, okay? And by the way, the team we're doing this on behalf of a team called Predator Exposure and another team called Cease and Decease, okay? And they're English based. They do exactly what we do, and they've sent.
2 years ago, the 26th of February, we're just like any normal family. My estranged partner and I and our two beautiful sons went on what was supposed to be just a family holiday. Obviously after COVID, I think we were all looking forward to holidays, and especially in the instance that the fact that my two sons had never been to meet their dad's extended family. So it was only supposed to be a normal holiday, a 2-week holiday. We were supposed to come back to Ireland on the 12th of March. So I had woke up quite early that morning because I wanted, just probably being a typical Irish mommy, wanting to pack and have everything ready for going back, that obviously that when we came back to Ireland that we wouldn't have an awful lot to do. I had been feeding my 16-month-old son, Kareem, and he said that he wanted to talk with me and he wanted me and him to go and have coffee. I refused because I knew that Kareem, he was like a typical 16-month-old, he was quite clingy, and I urged my estranged partner to speak with me, and he admitted that he didn't want to return to Ireland, but worse still was that he didn't want my two sons to travel with me back to Ireland. On the morning of the 12th of March at 2 a.m, we were to have our COVID tests due to the pandemic at the time. So I was trying to urge him to go to the health centre, which was located near the holiday apartment that we were staying in. And I just thought it best if I could, maybe bring him for a walk and go to the health centre to get our COVID tests, that I might be able to convince him that what he was doing was not correct. And it was not obviously in the best interests of our 2 children, and not obviously in the best interests of his wife. Whilst we were in the health centre, he refused to take the COVID test, and this really, really infuriated me. And he went back to the holiday apartment without me and grabbed our 2 children, and his mother obviously was in the apartment at the time. And we had rented a car, and he took the 2 kids and his mother in the car, and the rest, as you know. I know it's harrowing. It's actually harrowing to think that it's over 2 years and 2 months since I saw a picture of my children or heard their voices. And for governments to think that this is okay.
Poor woman, huh? People being let down all over the place. People being let down all over the place. It's like there's no heart, there's no empathy. People don't, within the state system, people don't really seem to care. Yeah, let me see. This is a nice one.
Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in my own world? Or do you need more? Ain't there something that you should take for? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing. And in the bad times I feel myself. Tell me something, boy. Are you tired, trying to that more? Or do you need more? Hey, I'll keep it so hardcore. I'm falling. In all the times I find myself longing for change. And in the bad times I feel myself. I'm only deep and more than I say. I'm feeling good. When the surface becomes my function. In the
lovely. Thought that was lovely when I was saying that. That young girl, I think it's Abby Sherlock, is that her name? She's a busker. She was being on the Ellen Show in America now. She's a very talented young girl. But fair play to her for giving that young girl the stage for a few minutes and playing the whole song with her. Lovely to see. Lovely to see. The reaction at the end is priceless. Commenting. Yeah, brave girl. She's having a great time. She was. God bless her. I remember watching Damien Dempsey live once about a decade ago. And he said there are no wrong notes when you sing from the heart. So she done her very, very, very best. And yeah, it was a lovely thing to say. Where are we? No other comments. Heartwarming indeed. We need to warm the heart sometimes. It's all about the love, you know. Oh, speaking of love, I have a clip here I seen today. Welled me up actually. At the time. I don't know why. But anyway, I was probably listening to them videos as I was loading them in today. This is a mother whose two sons, I believe it's the Super Bowl. But the first fella she goes to is after winning it, and the second chap is after losing. But it's a lovely clip. Warm your heart. She must be a very proud mother. Where's it gone? 51 seconds. Check it out.
I love you, man. How about this? Man, the week year life, I had the year of my life. How about this? I already saw a Trav. I'm looking for my parents. I don't know if they're down here yet.
Congrats, brother. Hell of a season.
Thank you.
We'll see you back here next year. How about that?
I will. Good job. What's wrong? Let's celebrate the trap. Okay.
Isn't that lovely? Anyway, coming to the end now. Not many comments, so we'll go with the flow. Have I got anything left? Let me see. I have the anthem, of course. I would encourage you to listen to it. Take a couple of minutes out. Sit down, plant your feet, close your eyes, and finish off the Wednesday live. It's 2 minutes and 34. But before that, I have one more, I think. Yes, Mr. John Spillane. Beautiful song. This is a chap who done a collaboration with him. I think his name is Miles O'Reilly. I don't know his name. But yeah, it's lovely.
across great oceans, all across the foam, through the faraway houses, through the sunsets on fire, searching for the island of your heart. the sun is always shining, the oranges grow on the trees. You only have to wait 2 seconds there for everything you please. In a garden of daisies, in a circle of light, searching for the island of your heart's delight. Oh, I wait for you like a true friend. Oh, I wait for you till the very end. And if you take the long way, if you take the long way home, down where the magicians and the dreamers roam, through the mountains of the north, through the valleys of night, searching for the island of your heart's delight. Oh, I wait for you like a true friend. I wait for you till the very end. All the ways you wander, all the ways you roam, all across great oceans, all across the foam, through the faraway houses, through the sunsets on fire, searching for the island of your heart's desire. I wait for you like a true friend. I wait for you till the very end. I wait for you like a true friend. I wait for you till the very end. I wait for you like a true friend. I wait for you till the very end.
I got never enjoyed this video.
content. Siobhan, thank you again for stopping by. Share it out if you want. Keep an eye on the People's Party letters if you want. And I'll see you soon. Be good. Much love. See you next Wednesday. Look after yourself. Long live the Irish Republic. Ihawa.